Kira. Glad you're joining us for Lunch and Learn. All right, so we're going to jump in. Here's how we're doing it. Everybody, if you have first time here, we're jumping in on Lunch and Learn with Daryl Davis. It's Wednesday. We have an unstable connection. I apologize if that's going to be on and off today. For some reason, this building's got bad internet connection lately. So I'm going to jump in with Daryl. I record it, then I'm going to edit it, cut it down to the stuff that we need to know, meat and potatoes, and then and we'll at some point he starts selling his programs, and that's when I'll cut it off, and then we'll just talk about what we just heard, and also anybody has anything else that we want to discuss, we'll talk about it then. So in the meantime, let's go, Daryl. Let's go.
Thank you very much.
Okie doke. Good seeing you, everybody.
Nice seeing you always, Joe.
Thank you. All right.
Don't worry about the legality anymore of this lawsuit, because it's going to do what it's going to do. You and I have no control over what is happening with the final stages of this lawsuit. But what we should do is plan for the worst and pray for the best. Now, this is what I've been teaching my power agents since November, when a lot of my colleagues were telling agents, don't worry about it. Nothing's been decided. Business as usual. Because if you do what I'm going to tell you, you're protected and you're fine. Number one is the selling broker's fee will no longer be on the MLS. That's it. So that's definitely happening. No matter what happens with the settlement, some boards have already made that change where the selling commission is not there anymore. Number two is you must have a signed buyer agency agreement that spells out your fee, total transparency, which, by the way, if we didn't have the lawsuit, this would have been a great thing to have in our industry anyway. So I think we're better because of number two. And so that's why it doesn't matter what the lawsuit's doing. These are things that were implemented. Here's the third thing. Now, this quote is a quote from the actual settlement agreement. And the reason why I did that, because I need to point something out to you. MLS participants to disclose to prospective sellers and buyers in conspicuous language that broker commissions are not set by law and are fully negotiable. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is because this is about the buyer side. And I want to talk about the listing selling side, but I will just for a moment here, because what I've been seeing agents messing up is they've been saying, Daryl, we have to tell people that our commission is negotiable. And here's what I want to tell you. No, you do not. As a matter of fact, it doesn't even make sense. Go ahead, ask me how much my commission is, Julie. Julie, are you with me?
I am. How much is your commission?
How much is my commission? Well, it's 3%, but not really. It's negotiable. So make me an offer. Does that make any sense that that's how you would present what you charge? Of course not. So don't do that. Now, if anybody's telling you, you have to tell people your commission is negotiable, do not listen to them. It's wrong. I'm going to go back to what it says. What it says is that you must, in a conspicuous language, that broker commissions are not set by law and they're negotiable, meaning that it's not set by federal, state. That was the whole point of this. So how do we accommodate this settlement? Here's how we accommodate it. It's just printed on the form. It's printed on the form saying that the fee is not set by federal or state law. It is set by the individual agent and or brokerage, and that could be negotiated, but whatever their fee is their fee. So California Association came out with the new buyer agency agreement. It was 7 pages long. I'm not kidding. I was going to show it to you, but I didn't want to take the time. 7 pages. It's like 256 lines at 10 points. You would need a half hour to read it. You'd have to go to paralegal school to understand it. And can you imagine now, we have buyers, they want to look at houses for all these years. They want to look at houses, and now California, because of the settlement, the lawsuit, California Association, they create a buyer agency form. We're going to tell a buyer walking into the office, all right, before I show you anything, I need to go over this 256 lines of 10-point font size document. We're gonna need, do you need to get something to eat? Because your blood sugar may go low by the time I'm done with this. Get something to eat right now. It's ridiculous. They're not gonna sign that. The buyers are gonna, if you want to scare the hell out of a buyer to not buy from you or to ever buy real estate, whip out a 7-page legal document asking them to sign it, and both parties. Come on. So what I'm telling you, listen, you do not have to use, just because the association puts the forms on the website, you don't have to use those forms. Your buyer agency agreement. Your agreement must include the following: what you expect from them, from the buyer, how much you're getting paid. Those are the two main things you must have. Your agreement does not have to be exclusive. It could be just for showings. I'm going to show you. So it doesn't, when we think buyer agency agreement, some of us are like, oh, we're going to ask the buyer to lock in and for us till they buy a house for the next 10 years. It doesn't have to be that way. I don't want you all to think that you have to lock the buyer into exclusively you forever. Okay? It's better if they commit to just you, but that's not the point here. The point is transparency, explaining to the buyer how you get paid. So I'll show you that form that we created for you guys. The buyer's merely promising to make sure you get paid, which is what I just said. Now, buyer agency professional fee invoice. Now, here's what I created for you. Let's say that you've got your buyer and you're showing a property and you're negotiating the deal. You got to make sure that if there isn't, you need to have clear communication between you and a homeowner and the listing agent that you're getting paid and how you're getting paid. So this is what I would give to the listing broker, right? So I'd say, all right, here's the listing broker. Here's me. I've got a buyer by the name of so-and-so, and here's how I'm going to get paid. So is this negotiated the deal? Here's the price. Here's the commission. Here's how much I'm getting paid. And here's who's paying it. So it's like an elaborate, it's an elaborate commission agreement summary, right? So, but I called it an invoice. All right. So there's that. Very self-explanatory. Okay. Here's one more. This one is for the closing. Like if you're going to give title company, like this is now, I call it a real estate professional fee closing statement, meaning same thing. It has the property address there, that it's clear, broker, that it's clear on who's getting paid and how it's getting paid.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. This one is for the closing when commission checks are cut and well, the money's done. But this one is telling the homeowner signs it, the buyer signs it, the listing broker signs it, and the selling broker signs it. Why? I'm thinking anti-lawsuit agreements over here. What I'm doing for you is protecting you from the next lawsuit. If somebody says, oh, I didn't know, I couldn't negotiate, I don't care, I thought I had to pay this. No. It's real clear. You sign this thing. Get out of my face. So this is clear. Okay. All right. Now, I created something for you because I had some free time. I got an idea. This is my team did. I just told them the idea and they did it. All right. Look at this. This is a postcard, a jumbo postcard. Thank you. We appreciate the time you took to prepare for us to come see your beautiful home. This is a postcard that you would leave on the kitchen anytime you show a house. So you got a buyer and you show another agent's listing. Now, the listing agent's not going to like what I'm showing you. And I'm pro listing agent. And I know that a listing agent would not like this, but it's okay to do it and totally legal to do it. Because watch. On the back side of the card, you have the address of the property, and here's the buyer's comments about the curb appeal, neighborhood desirability, interior layout, interior condition, commute to work, likelihood of making an offer, additional feedback. So it's a feedback postcard. After you show a listing, you leave it at the house for the homeowner. And so now you're giving your feedback to the homeowner, to the listing agent. But here's the part why I created this for you. Do you see that last one? It says likelihood of making an offer. If your buyer likes this house and they want to put an offer in, you put excellent. You check off that mark. Excellent. This buyer, the chances of an offer, it's coming. It's coming, Mr. and Mrs. Hana. So that way, if you've got a multiple offer situation and you've got a bad listing agent who's playing games and they're not making your offer available, or you smell something's a little suspicious over here, this is going to maybe plant this in the homeowner's face, say, hey, what happened to Daryl?